Hello YouTube. I've got horrible hat hair. That's awesome! Well, here, as you can see by the title of the video, I'm here to talk to you guys about energy-saving light bulbs. As in these. Compact fluorescent light bulbs. Now they last 5 years. That's quite a long time. Now let me show you something. You've heard about these for quite a while now on the news probably and other sources. Well, if you're like me, you never really took a look into it until like you actually see them and things like that. Well, the way they work is that they're very, very energy efficient, obviously. And they can save you a ton of money on your electric bill. And I've heard some people say they don't want to get them because of the way they look. I'd be like, the way they look, who cares, as long as they lower your electric bill? I think that's a little bit more important. And plus, they're coming out with different types of light bulbs like this that give off light that looks more like the older light bulbs, rather than, you know, the kind of pure white, almost purple fluorescent. I'm not sure what these look like, because I haven't used them yet, obviously. But let me show you, this chart makes it very clear. Basically, a 10-watt compact fluorescent bulb is the same as a 40-watt regular bulb, which means that's very energy efficient. I saw other ones in the store that you could have a 15-watt bulb and it would equal a 60-watt and things like that. And you could have a 20 and equal an 80 and things. You know, you get what I mean. It's efficiency. It's a very, very good thing. And I got two because I have 2 lamps next to my bed. And let me show you. You know, they have traditional light bulbs like this. This is the kind that you saw in that diagram earlier. You know, you just turn them on and they do that. They light up. This is the type of light that a normal light bulb would give off. Now, what I'm going to do is open up one of these packets of compact fluorescent light bulbs, and we'll see the difference. But first of all, yeah, this is the type of glow that both lamps give off. The kind of yellow, almost like light has a color, you know, rather than just plain white. Now, let's open a packet, the fluorescent light packet, shall we? They come in the clamshell type packaging. But what's nice is it comes in this sort of packaging, so you can just rip this apart and open it, and there you go. You have a light bulb. Now the thing about these is that they're fluorescent, so they do have mercury in them, as do pretty much all light bulbs these days. See, everything's very white. It takes a regular light bulb connector, and what we're going to do is put that light bulb in here. Now here are the 2 light bulbs in comparison. This is a 3070-100 watt light bulb. It's a 3-way light bulb. That's one thing they haven't built into compact fluorescence yet, is the ability to have 3 different settings of brightness. That would be awesome if they had those in these. So that's the only advantage I see over a compact fluorescent, is that you have 3-way. Now, since this is 3070-100, this is equivalent to a 40, so it's a little bit above the first setting on this bulb. And as you can see, compact fluorescent is right. This bulb is way smaller. That's for sure. Now, what I'm going to do is put this bulb in. Let's see how it goes. Put it in the empty light socket there. Screw it in just like any other light bulb. And let's plug it in. Look at that! It gives off the same type of light. Isn't that awesome? It gives off the same exact type of light that this bulb would normally. So, the way these lights look won't matter as long as you have a shade. Because if you look at the actual bulb, it's very, very white. You know, as you can see, it's very white. And it gives off that... This is the fluorescent color I was talking about, the slightly purple. Right there. I don't know if the camera can pick up the purple that well, but that's kind of slightly purple. But if you have a lamp with a shade, these are perfect, because the shade is what gives off the color. So even if you don't like to have like regular lights, if you don't like to have compact fluorescents as your regular lights, I would still put them in your lamps because they save a lot of energy, are very efficient, and they look really good. That's for sure. Now I'm going to put both in. See, these are both the light bulbs that were in both of these lamps. Both of them are out. Now I just have to put this one in. Again, put it in the socket, screw it in just like a regular light. And bam, there you go. No. As you can see, it takes a little delay like all fluorescent lights do when they turn on. It has a little delay, watch. See? But again, it does the exact same thing with that little purple light up there. But it's worth it because of the shade. Now, again, as you can see, the shade is what makes the color of the light in lamps. So, you have nothing to worry about as far as lamps go. But if you are going to buy compact fluorescent bulbs, I would get the ones that give off a more cool light rather than the classic fluorescent type, because they will look better in the ceiling. These are fine for lamps, definitely, because as you can see, the shade tells the color. Alright, now this is both of the lamps turned on. As you can see, the color is virtually the same. It's a little bit less bright. The color's a little bit more... The color is virtually the same. I don't know how it's showing up. It looks like it's a little bit more yellow on camera, but it's really not. It's the same to the visual eye. It's exactly the same. The camera's picking it up as more yellow than orange, but it's a fluorescent light, you know. It's because down there it has the slightly purple. It's because down there on the wall it has that sort of fluorescent bulb reflection color on there, but the shades really keep the color where it was when you have the normal light bulbs like that. My conclusion is that compact fluorescent bulbs are awesome. They save energy. In lamps, if you just get normal ones, they look fine, you know. If you don't like the look of them, then you know, whatever. If you can, I would worry more about your electric bill and saving energy rather than how they look, you know. Who cares how they look as long as they light the room up? If they light your room up and they save energy, then they're good. And that's exactly what they do. So, in conclusion, that's how the bulbs work, that's how they look. I like them. I would recommend getting them if I were you. Although I'd check if you're going to put them in ceiling lights. First, I would check out the circuitry of your lights. If you have halogen lights, then most likely you're running off of a transformer, which means you can't just take the light bulb out and then put compact fluorescents in. At least right now. I'm not sure if they have bulbs that can handle the type of voltage that's in halogens. I don't know. But I would check out the circuitry of your house before you want to do them in ceiling lights. But in lamps, they work just fine. I would recommend putting them in all of your lamps, wherever you are. So yeah, energy efficient light bulbs for the win. And that's all I have to say about compact fluorescent light bulbs. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.